Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Victoria and today we have a message from Sirius and I've already flipped through the cards flipped them around because I was really excited when I saw the muse come through. Because before I got the cards out, I was in meditation receiving the message from them, and they told me we would be talking about generosity, and the exact thing they told me was sharing is caring. So I got really excited when I saw that the muse card came through, and I was like, yes, oh my god, I got it right. And what a synchronicity. So I want to first mention about what they showed me, and play along with me. So what they showed me was first, they were talking about infinity, actually. So I'm interested in how that will play in later on, because I feel like I still don't fully know where this is going. Obviously, I'm sort of channeling here. So we'll see how this fits into infinity and all that. Maybe it's something to do with the cycle of things and cycle of abundance of things, and how, if you give, you receive. But anyway, let's talk about what they showed me after that. So I saw this, let's say, beautiful princess with a beautiful, long, flowing dress. And she was really excited, happy, and finally she was starting to climb the steps up. So it was like climbing steps up to like a higher vibration, or to kind of to reach. It was like trying to reach closer to where the Sirians are, so you can commune better with them. And she was going up the steps really happy, and then at one point something pulled on her dress and started pulling and pulling, and got her down, so she fell a bit. A few steps down, and it turns out it was just a cute puppy that was, wanting to play, so it kept trying to play with her and, licking her, enjoying, and they were, having fun. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna keep going now, bye. And then again, it pulls her down just because it wants to play. It's not that it's evil, it's not that it's bad, it just wants to play. And it's like, come on, stay, play with me. And she was like, I love playing with you, I love you, but I need to keep going. I want to keep going. So what she did was she removed her, it was like an overskirt that was making her dress really long. So she removed it and she gave it to the dog. So sharing with it so that it can have fun, I guess chewing on the dress while she goes up with, I guess, a not as nice looking dress. And she kept going and she was able to make it to the top. And I thought that was quite interesting because sometimes if you give, you might feel like you might never receive anything from that person exactly. So she gave to that dog creature, I guess, and she didn't expect it to give anything to her. What can a dog give her? I guess they had some fun together before. It's like a fun moment, but she's not expecting anything, and she's not thinking things like, ooh, why would I, sacrifice my happiness or sacrifice what I'm wearing for, for this dog, let's say. So she gave, she moved on, and she was happier and lighter without that skirt, without that, let's say pompous, too much skirt. So there is also something here to be said about, the less we are attached to material things, the higher we can go, because the more we are attached to what we own and what we want to own, the less we can climb. The more you're staying lower. And again, just like with the dog, there's nothing wrong with being lower. The dog was just enjoying, having fun. It was not an evil being, let's say. And even if it was just enjoying, playing around, having fun. And when she was with it, she was also having fun. But she had more that she wanted, so she chose to climb. She chose to not stay there anymore. So we all have the choice. Do we want to stay? Do we want to climb a little bit, or do we want to get to the top? We all have that choice, and none of those choices are wrong. None of those options are wrong or bad. because there needs to be someone at every level. We also need to remember that there needs to be someone at every single level. And if you climb, that means someone else's brain is going down, because equilibrium. Yes, and the infinity, if one goes up, another has to go down. And if you go up, at some point you have to go down again. Yeah, let me turn on the light. It was getting a bit too dark there, so hopefully now. Well, I'll feel more comfortable and maybe you'll see more. So let's talk about the muse here. We have generosity and naivety, and with the muse is someone who looks at the world not as it is, but as what it could be, at the beautiful potential that it holds. So when you see a person and someone else might say, oh, they're so awful, they're broken, blah, 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 all these bad things, and you're thinking, oh, but they have so much potential. I see so much potential in them. They can be such a good person and do so much good in the world. So I feel like they're trying to tell us either we are that, or we need to start stepping into being more of that, having a more positive outlook at things. So when a dog or something trips you up from going up on your journey, don't be angry at it. Don't think, oh, this is evil or this is bad because it's bringing me down. Take it as it is. It's fun. It's trying to have fun, trying to teach you something, trying to just have fun with you. And it's just a part of all of creation. And if you see if someone harms you and does bad things to you, don't need to instantly think, this is an awful person. You can have kind of hope and faith in them that they can get better. Like people from your past, if you're thinking, oh, they'll never change, they'll always be the same. There's nothing wrong with being a bit cautious with people from the past. And for example, this person hurt me, so I don't know if I want to be friends with them anymore. Okay, but that's fine. That's completely fine. And boundaries are important, but we don't need to keep the bad emotions there. And we don't need to think things like they'll never change and they're always going to be this awful. We can choose to see the good in them and see how much good can come from them, how much good they can do out there. Because many times the worst people can do the most good if they try to, if they wanted to. And I really feel like this kind of outlook, this kind of personality type, I don't know, it can easily be taken advantage of, but there's something there about not even worrying about that, and there being like a fine line between you can get taken advantage of. You're so generous and good and positive that you can get taken advantage of, and also just being positive and good and finding good people around you. There's this saying, bad things happen to good people, or bad things don't happen to good people. And yeah, bad things don't happen to good people. If a bad thing is happening to you, then you're not fully positive and good. You need to realize that. Everything that is happening to you is happening for a reason, to show you what there is inside you as well that might be negative and that might need work. And again, it's to push you to another limit. Like the girl was pushed. She was so happy that she was in this beautiful dress and she was able to climb. But then, she kept being pushed. Will you be able to let go of this? Will you be able to let go so you can climb more? Or will you struggle? Will you keep struggling and keep trying to climb and keep getting pushed down again and again because you don't want to let go? Do you guys get it? I hope you get it. So the more you let go of these things that I guess you're being pushed to let go of, the more you trust that things are happening for a reason and start realizing those reasons and working through them, the more your positivity, your generosity, it will just bring you good things. It will bring you to good people, to good situations where you can prosper and grow. And we have the diviner here. We have divine timing. I really feel like there's something about divine timing here. Like, everything will come in its own divine timing. And even if we can see the future and divine what will happen, it doesn't mean it will come instantly. You can watch a tarot reading about what's going to happen, what your life will be like in a few years. And, that's in a few years. It's not going to happen instantly. Plus, there's all the different timelines, I just wanted to add that in there, but yeah. But right now, I feel like with this card, what it's trying to tell us is that we're at a point where we've kind of set ourselves up. We've done what we needed to, and there's nothing in particular that we can do to hurry our situation. I had this dream recently, and I feel like I need to talk about it, where I kept trying to basically go further and rush, I guess, where I am at overall, and even who I'm friends with. And I kept trying and trying and trying, and I just kept getting rejected, but I kept trying. Points for the stubbornness, I guess, for this trying and trying. But sometimes if you're trying and trying and trying and it doesn't work out, it's just not the right time. And there's other things that you need to work on. So I kept trying and trying and trying to talk to this particular person and to be friends with them, or to be someone that I am not yet. And then I realized that people that are with me now, because I kept ignoring them and trying to be around other people, I guess, they were out of time. It was, they basically ran out of time. So right now, we are where we are for a reason. Let's say you're around the people you're around for a reason. You're doing the things you're doing for a reason. Take advantage of that. Use your time well. Don't rush to be someone who you're not yet, who you're not ready to be, and stay where you are. Enjoy the journey and the place that you're at right now. Because, again, everything will come in its own divine timing. You will get there. You will get to be around the group of, let's say, people that are like-minded and higher vibrational. But right now, if you're stuck with people who are, not so like-minded as you, don't really think the same and are a bit, annoying you sometimes, or they're just, you just feel like there's a dissonance there, that doesn't mean that you need to leave these people or situations. You can take that however, whatever your current story is. I'm talking about people because that was my dream. But you can take it as whatever is best for you. So if I didn't keep trying to be someone that I'm not yet, I could have spent more time with the people who I need to spend time with right now. So again, realize why you are where you're at right now and use your time there well. Be generous, be positive around these people, even if the people around you don't react the best to what you're saying, what you're believing in, because it's still important. You're still affecting them. Be yourself, be happy, be positive, be generous. And they also want me to mention something about not mistaking generosity with naivety as well, because the generosity and naivety we have here, being generous does not mean that you're naive, and there's many people out there who are very generous, and others take advantage of them. Yes, and like I said again, if people are taking advantage of you, that there's a reason for that. Why are you attracting people that are taking advantage of you? If you are like a truly, good person, positive person, you would not be attracting these people. Remember that. You would be attracting people who are also like you, but you're not. Why? Figure that out. So being generous doesn't mean that you're naive. Definitely do not mistake that. And being positive also doesn't mean that you're naive. Thinking, that someone has more potential than they do, and for being forgiving doesn't mean that you're naive. Doesn't mean that you're weak. We also have fall into my arms and the cosmic heart coming through here. So surrender, holding the opposites and extremes of life. That kind of reminds me about what I was talking about now. If you also are having some kind of situation where you feel like you are at one point, and then you're hoping to be around people who are also at that same point or in that same zone, but you're with people who are like completely different, and there's this like extreme, and you're feeling the extremities of life, and how people can be so different, or you're going through situations that are completely different, with some that are really, really positive and great, and then you get situations that are really, really negative and awful. I think they're telling me that this is completely normal right now, because right now things are shifting so much that it's like a constant up and down, and you're constantly feeling and seeing this crazy ups and downs, up and down, up and down, up and down, and really positive, really negative, really positive, really negative, going from really happy to really sad, really ecstatic to really angry, and meeting completely different people with completely different ideologies, etc. That is because of the huge shift that is happening. And right now, it's so funny, they're telling me that we are disliking it, but actually this is like the most entertaining and most wonderful time that we can experience. I feel like some would that aren't humans would want to experience this, because it seems so fun. It's like watching a drama, and seeing like all of the big ups and downs, like the crazy things happening, and feeling like, oh, it's so entertaining, and like so much emotion. I wish I could experience something like that. And we are experiencing something like that, because we get to see all of the craziness. And actually, if you change your outlook on it and the way you see it, it can be so entertaining and fun and interesting to view and to see. But to be in that space, you need to be in your own center. You need to know where you're standing. You need to be confident in yourself. Otherwise, you will get somehow negatively affected by, the extreme that is very different from you. So yeah, it's very entertaining how they put it to me. So we need to realize that and kind of try to enjoy the extremes, because I don't think it's gonna last that long. I'm guessing like at least a few years, but after that, I think things will start mellowing and going like much more in one direction, and the direction depends on what timeline you decided to go into. So some people are gonna experience like really like mostly highs, and it's gonna keep being higher and higher and higher, and things are gonna be good and good and good. And other people might go into a timeline where things are just going worse and worse and worse, and that's depending on your choices and how you take things. So again, it's very important how you view things and how much, I guess, inner work you do. Now, we also have the cosmic heart, make your life a moving prayer, devotion, and potency. Why is this coming through here? I feel like it's trying to tell us that this is one of the things you can do to get into like a higher frequency, a higher timeline. If you want to be in that timeline where things are going better and better and better, and more and more good things are happening and less bad things, this is kind of like a tip how you can do that. It's time to turn your life into a prayer to God, to source, to the creator, to the creation energy, because every breath you take is sacred. Every breath you take, you breathe in oxygen. Some of your cells end up dying because oxygen actually kills the cells, and then but it feeds you. Without the oxygen, you can't continue living. So it's kind of this extreme, this paradox of like, us breathing, it's killing many cells in our body, so many living beings, but without breathing we can't be alive. And to those of you that some still fear other beings that are, I guess, in the higher dimensions and that are evil, think about us too. What I just said, every time we breathe, our cells die, but we need to breathe to stay alive. So if we're the same, if they're similar to us, yes, they might be doing something to harm us. We view it as harming, but that's how they keep themselves alive. So yeah, it's kind of thinking about that and realizing it, and then not hating anyone for what they are and what they're doing. But yeah, as we were saying about the moving prayer and the every breath you take is sacred. Everything you eat is creating like a different version of you. Everything you ingest is like filling you with a different type of energy. It's also sacred. When you start seeing the energy, when you start realizing it, things become much more different. It's so different. We are constantly on autopilot, just, oh yeah, I need to eat now. Yeah, I'm just breathing. But think about the breath. Like, also, where is your breath going? How quickly are you breathing? How quickly are you eating? Are you watching things while eating? I'm guilty here. It's so important to think about these things, to be more aware and have more awareness when we're doing these things. Offer gratitude to the food that we eat, gratitude for the oxygen that we breathe, and gratitude to all the cells in our body that are, constantly living, dying, in the cycles of life. Going deeper also helps you go the opposite, I guess, go higher. Let's get some more cards out here. I feel like I need to get more. But this is already such an interesting message. I hope you guys are finding it interesting too. We have soul healing here. Align with your true essence and see your true colors. So this, again, it's reminding me of what I was just talking about, seeing your true colors, seeing what's inside you. Like, what are you made up of? You're not just, a soul, etc. You're also, however many cells in your body, many cells in your body that are working together cohesively. And we don't even think about it. How do all of our organs know how to function? They just do. We don't need to think about it. They just do. We don't need to think about breathing. We just do. I don't need to think that much about talking. I just talk. So, yeah, it's just also interesting, and figuring out more about yourself helps you figure out more about the universe, because there's, what is that thing I think in the Bible, that we were made in God's likeness. We are. It's just not that God looks like us. It's that all the way that things function, the universe functions, is very similar to how our bodies function. So just like we are humans on a planet, every single cell is like a human on a planet, because we're the planet, our body is the planet, so every cell is like a little human populating this planet, and every time you breathe again, one of them dies, at least one of them dies. And every time you go out to the sun, at least one of them dies. And the earth is like that too. Every time it changes a little bit, a human is gonna die and another will be born, just like the cells are born. So realizing that and seeing the microcosm and the macrocosm, everything, how everything is, and I don't know, it gives an understanding that opens your mind up. It opens your mind up, and at the same time, it opens your heart up. We also have manifest your dreams here. Focus on your vision and seek satisfaction and contentment. So I don't, think I need to say this. It's very important for us to be happy. It's very important for us to be happy, because otherwise, how are we supposed to fulfill our goal of making a better world, a better future? It is by being happy and by living our dreams. So what is your dream? What is really your dream? And let's not just think about, the little house here and all the possessions. We're looking at more, because the physical just complements the non-physical, I guess, the energetical. So you will start creating physically things that are aligned with your vibration and with your frequency. But again, if you're not able to let go of that beautiful dress that you just bought and think that is gonna, think that it's helping you be lighter and more beautiful, and it's helping you be happier, if you're not able to let go of that and give it away to someone who might enjoy it more, then maybe you're not ready to go to a higher place. And that's okay. Again, it's just being aware of where you're at. And I think they really want to focus on awareness. It's fine if you still want physical things. It's just about being aware of that, being aware of where you are. Because once you're aware of where you are, you also know why things are happening around you the way that they are, or why you are where you're at, and so on. So having that awareness is truly very important. Like, some people aren't here to be super spiritual, but they are still starseeds, let's say. They're still very high-level souls, but they're not here to even wake up. And you might be wondering, how can you be a high-level soul with so much energy and not want to even be awake, let's say, spiritually awake and do spiritual things? But that's just not what they're here to do. And a lot of times when they are higher level souls and that's not what they're here to do, they're aware of that. They might not, be against spirituality, but they're just not interested in it because they know that they have something else to do. And we should have so much respect for people like that, because they know that what they're here to do. They know their place and they know what they need to create. And we ourselves need to learn more about what we're here to create as well. And if we are here to create things, if we are here to be more spiritual, to create a more spiritual society, then we need to let go more and more of the physical, I think, because it doesn't mean that you're not going to have anything physical. It just means that you shouldn't be afraid to let any of it go. You shouldn't be scared or worried about, will I have a house someday? Will I have anywhere to live? Because if you're spiritual and want to trust and are aligned, you will always have a place to stay. You shouldn't worry about, am I going to have enough money to support a family? Because if you trust and you know, you will always have that. And you shouldn't be worried about giving something to someone just because they might not give you anything back, or you won't have enough for yourself. Because again, if you trust and you're spiritual and you know that you'll be fine, you just will be fine. I hope that makes sense. You're watching this video, so you're here to be more spiritual. You're here to be more like that. You have to be able to let go of things. You have to be able to give without wanting anything back from the person. It's about knowing that, you know, you will receive what you need. It might be from somewhere else. It might be something completely different, but you'll receive it. And you don't mind giving that thing away. But again, I really want to make it very clear that this is not about you being poor and you just living barely able to scrape by. I just want to make that very, very, very clear, because there are some people who think that if you're spiritual, you need to be, you know, not taking much money, not making much money, and just living barely able to survive. Doesn't mean that. It just means that you need to be generous and okay with death, with the cycles, because the cycles are, you know, up and down, up and down. You to get something, you need to lose something. And we have here the apple blossom fairy. Believe in your many strengths and follow the pathway that benefits you. And actually 3 cards came through. We also have the angel with the flower garland. I am the magic in your heart. Open your mind and listen and shine out to others around you. And look how here the heart is so shining, beautiful. And again, talking here about the magic in your heart. Open your mind, listen, shout, and shine. Like I was saying before, this information helps you open your mind, and that helps you open your heart. And in that way, when you do that, you shine, and you shine that out to everyone else. And even if you don't actually tell them this information or talk to them about these things, your energy is glowing, your energy is affecting them. And the last one here is, I give you star dreams. Interesting, since I was talking about my dream. Feel blessed and know that troubles that have followed you are now far behind. Yeah. The troubles that have followed you are now far behind. If people thought you were naive and took advantage of you in the past, that is just in the past. It doesn't mean it needs to keep happening. The more you change, the more you let go of things, the more you heighten your vibration, let's say, the more good things will keep happening to you if you keep being good and open-hearted and good-natured and positive. So believe in your many strengths and follow the pathway that benefits you. Again, there's no right and wrong. There's only what you want to do. And be aware of what you're doing so that you can experience the best experience that you want. That's it. Easy. And with that, I'd like to say that some people think that, oh yeah, I want to have like this kind of experience where I'm this and this and this. But sometimes that doesn't fully go well together with what our higher self wants to experience, which is also us. So tuning into your higher self, into your true self, into your heart, and connecting with that and seeing what do you really do want to experience. Because you might be thinking, oh, my human mind, my ego wants to experience this and that, but that's not for you at all. That's not what you came here to experience at all. So again, figure that out and go on forth, beautiful beings. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you thought about all of this. If you're interested in a personal reading, details of how you can contact me are down below in the description. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a great day and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye!